I think we were looking primarily at the financial authority, so that you actually are sharing that with all three of you during those work sessions.
In other words, if there's something that exceeds a department head's authority, then that request for funds would go to the entire board rather than to just the liaison commissioners.
Over the 5,000 limit?
Exactly.
Well, they do that now.
Rather than go into the liaison, we would have that discussion at the work sessions with all three of you.
They're supposed to go to the full board at that point. Now.
I'm not
Well,
sure that's happening at all.
Okay.
As I understand it, we would raise, what you're recommending is that we increase the spending authority of the department heads to a number like $5,000. And so as long as it is a budgeted expenditure, the department head would have the authority to go ahead with that expenditure. Is that correct?
And that's slightly different. For my liaison departments, they have spending authority without me up to 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's different than liaison up to 5,000.
I don't think that's consistent.
No,
It's not.
we found that it was not consistent.
Okay.
In fact, some of the departments had absolutely no delegation of authority. Now, we did discuss, there are times, specifically for us, that we have put into the budget that we're going to spend quite a bit of money on computers, $10,000, et cetera. Now, that expenditure, although it's been approved in the budget, that really should be a discussion with all three of you prior to us purchasing those. Just to give you a heads up, we had it in the budget's approved, we want you to know that we're going to be spending that. So even though we have that authorization and approval through the budget hearings, that still should be something you're aware of.
I guess for me, it would be good FYI, but you're going to go buy 3 computers, go buy 3 computers.
That,
you know, if you just an email or something said, we're contemplating doing this, and you don't need my approval, go buy 3 computers. You know what you need.
And Bob, one of the examples was that many of us put cars, the sheriff, we put cars in our budget. And then what typically has happened is we have to go to the board to get authorization to get bids. Then we have to come back to the board and say, here are the bids, we'd like to buy this one. And then we actually have to go back and say we bought these. And so it's a 3 process. So we're looking at, even though those are major expenditures, you're not left out of the blue. You certainly are aware that we're spending that and how it's going, but we don't need to have to keep coming back to the board.
I think because in that specific instance in cars, say for the SO, it was a matter of running it past council to make sure they did the bid process correctly.
And that we intend to continue doing.
And then did the 3 bids and then had the spending authority, but it was going by council to make sure it was all correct, since not everybody is skilled at looking at contracts. Some have been here a long time and some have just been here a few months. And it makes a huge difference as to what they're looking for and how experienced they are. So they will purposely run through council all the time to make sure that we're in any slip-ups.
And I don't think that process will be eliminated. A lot of what we're doing with contracts will continue to go to the county council. We have no intention of those not being seen.
Where do you think you are in the process towards a final recommendation, Paul and Jean?
We need another meeting. There are a lot of details we still need to watch out.
I think we're pretty close. I think there's one more meeting. There are, I don't think there's total unanimity amongst the committee members right now on a couple of things. And so we need to flesh out a few other things, but I think we're pretty close.